Here we have Bitcoin, and as you know, this market is boring the shit out of everyone, but we are going to stay ahead of the curve, and we're going to get ready for the move because the move is coming. All right, and it's going to come pretty quick. I think within the next days or the next week at the latest. So this week, the move will happen, in my opinion. And there's a lot of reasons, and we're going to go over them. All right, so right now we're being held down by the 200. All your moving averages have converged against each other, so we're waiting for this to either break out of this trend line to the upside, which we're going to move over. Make sure we still line up. Okay. So we're either going to break out of the trend line or we're going to break down below the 100. We did have a little bit of a fake out there. Made you think that we were breaking down right there. Had a little bit of a bear trap, and now we're back up, being held down by the 200. We are right on top of the POC point of control and the VPVR here to your right, which measures horizontal volume in a certain price level, and so that's going to be support. But this 200 is also going to be major resistance because that's what's been holding us down there for a while. Right now, your momentum oscillators, which I have the RSI and the MACD here. RSI curling over. If we cross this signal line, could get bad. We could come down to the 100 and possibly break it. Your MACD, finding support on the 0 line. Negative momentum's pretty stable, decreasing slightly on the histogram. If we cross this to the upside, we could probably break that 200, but we need 2 ticks. We're going to need 2 ticks on a closure and crossing that signal line to the upside. Now, what is more likely to happen is that this gets rejected from the signal line and we cross that 0 line. Also, that we cross the signal line on the RSI to the downside, probably get a small bounce from the neutral median line at the 50.0 level of the RSI, and then come down to the bearish control zone and then come back to it. If we enter the bearish control zone, I do think we would break these last lows on a closure at 19,100. 19,100 is the level right now you want to watch. Actually, 1933 or 19,133. All right, that's the level I'm looking at, right where this 100 is. So if we break it, we will come back to it. Now, moving on to your BBWP, which is a volatility indicator. You are below your moving average, so you could still consolidate here for a while. Maybe even come down and print some dark blue bars, coming all the way down to the 5% region. Now, once we get above the 10% mark and your moving average, and they both have positive slopes, that's when the move will happen. So watch the 10% level of your BBWP, and then you'll be ready for the move, whichever way it breaks out, either the trend line or the 100. Okay, so pretty clear cut. Let's move on to the 4-hour. So right now your 4-hour, pretty neutral on the RSI. You're above your signal line, testing the bottom of the neutral median line. If you cross this signal line to the downside and come back down to the bearish control zone, I do think you would enter it after a small bounce. Do we have any divergences? So we do. We have bearish divergence here if this is a confirmed high. And on your MACD, no, not on your MACD. Now, BBWP on the 4 hours printing the dark blue bars. So we're at a very, very low read. I mean, we're all the way down to basically 0.2%, which is very, very low. So whenever this thing turns around and crosses that moving average, gets back above the 10% level, which is right where your moving average is sitting right now, that's when the big move is going to happen. There is a big move coming. Just got to stay nimble right now and get ready for it. Now is the time to really pay attention to the market. When BBWP and the volatility is low like this, it's unsustainable. You know what I mean? Most of the time, Bitcoin is going sideways. You know what I mean? I'd say 50% of the time it's going sideways. The other 50%, it's either going up or down. So could have some sort of a BART here. You know, if we'd come back down to 18,884, that would confirm it, and I would expect us to come down to 18,650, possibly even 18,400. If we break 18,400, 18K is the next level I'm looking at. That's my next target. So all major moving averages are below each other. You're being held down by the 50 on the 4-hour. And so if this breaks down and these start to fan out, I think we go to 18K. All right. So definitely watch this level right here at 18,884. And that'll be if we do break the 19K region. Let's move on to the daily. So see here on the daily, very low BBWP, MACD, pretty neutral, RSI, riding the top of the bearish control zone. All right, so, and looks like we could have some sort of descending triangle here, which would have a measured move of wow, right at our green alarm, 13,800. Also, that is the range measured move as well, right down there to this region, 13,360 to 13, come on, 800, 13,800, 13,800 to 11,745 is what I'm looking at. Or no, hold on, 13,300. Yeah, 13,300 to 13,800 is what I'd be looking at. That's your range measured move and your descending triangle measured move. They basically land at the same spot. So does that mean something? I think so. And I think once we break, then we're gonna find out what the real low is. Right now your 21 is below your 50. All major moving averages are below each other. They're pretty fanned out right now, but I want to see this 21 and this 50 curl on over and fan out to the downside. All right, and that would validate my downside confirmation. All right, so let's go back down to the 1 hour and we'll re-go over the bullish and bearish case. Bullish case is that we break the 200 and then we come above this trend line, basically at, we'll say 19,300. 19,300 is what I would like to see pop up, probably up to 19,350, and then come back down for a retest and resumption. Bearish case is that we break the 100 on a closure, a 1 hour closure. Then I would expect this to come down to 18,745, 18,750. Basically at the top of this purple box here. So that's about it for Bitcoin. Let's move on to Ethereum. By the way, if you guys are liking this video so far, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description below. One being the Discord. It is the place to be. We stay ahead of the curve collectively. We have a lot of good conversation about trading, investing, crypto, everything that's has to do with markets. We definitely stay ahead of the curve. We talk about the moves before they come. Definitely join the Discord. So I forgot to go over here I want to check out the 4-hour order blocks and stochastic. Okay, so we are getting rejected from a double bearish supply order block, finding support on a double bullish demand order block. Okay, stochastic in the overbought zone. Let's see here. No divergence. At least, hold on. So, no divergences. But we are curling over. So if we enter back into the bullish control zone from this extreme region, I would expect us to break down. All right. So let's move on to Ethereum. Ethereum, very similar story, except you got a multi-crossover here. Ethereum don't look bad. I mean, RSI is in the upper neutral zone above your signal line. MACD curling over, probably going to get across to the upside. as your BBWP starts to expand, as the price action's moving up. All your major moving averages are above each other besides for the 100 and the 200, but they could cross pretty soon. If we can break this last high, there's a lot of hot air up at about 13.18. I'd say 13.20. 13.20. So if we can break that, I think we go up to 13.33. And then we come back to it. Basically, this last high and this VPVR spike right here. So Ethereum don't look bad. Let's go check out the order blocks for Ethereum. So fighting resistance at a bearish supply order block. Stochastic is in the overbought region. If we curl over and cross this signal line and enter back into that bullish control zone, I would expect this little rally to be over. I would expect some support about the 13 or the 1290 region. I would expect some support there, basically right by the POC and the top of this triple bullish demand order block. And so bullish case is that you break this last high at 1320. Like I said, I would expect a minor rejection at 1333, but ultimately I think you would get up to 1360. And bearish case is that you break this last low and the 100 at basically 1298. So almost 1300, that level we've been talking about for a long time. So that's the bullish and bearish case. Like I said, it's a pretty short update today. The market's going sideways. The market's going sideways, but we want to make sure we're ahead of the move. Okay, so Solana has a little bit of a different story here. Solana don't look too good. Had a little BART action here. 21 came up to your 50, getting rejected. All major moving averages are below each other. So if this 21 keeps us down and starts to roll over and that 50 fans out, I do think we break this last low at $27. Right now, RSI riding the top of the bearish control zone, probably going to enter it below your signal line. MACD, crossing that signal line to the downside. Negative momentum is picking up on the histogram as we are about to cross the zero line. Solana does not look good. I mean, even your BBWP is expanding as the price action is going down. Okay? And yeah, I mean, Solana does not look good. Let's check the 4-hour. Lower highs, lower lows. RSI getting rejected from the top of the bearish control zone. MACD has a positive slope, but it's kind of losing it. And its positive momentum on the histogram is waning. BBWP is coming down hard. Below your moving average. So on the 4-hour, you could consolidate in this range a bit, in my opinion. I mean, we could go from $28.42 to $27. We could have a range here. See, on the 1-hour, the BBWP is expanding, so we could just go back and forth. But on the 4-hour, we could just consolidate sideways. Okay, let's go to here. Far below all order blocks. Stokes looks like they're trying to curl up. So let's go back here. Could come up, test the top of the bottom of the 21 at about 28.33, and then probably get rejected from the range highs and come back down to $27. Okay. So yeah, bullish case is that you break the 50, 29. I'd say $29 at the top of this purple zone. The 50 is going to be there by the time you would get up there. That's the bullish case. Break $29. I would expect you to come all the way up to the top of this purple zone at $31.50 and the 200, which will be down there by the time you would get up there. I would expect a small rejection from the 100, wherever that's sitting by the time you get up there. But if you can break that 50 in the top of this purple zone, I do think you would break that 100 and come up to the 31.50 level. Bearish case is that you break back into this purple zone in $27. If that happens, next level. Oh, we got to zoom out. We got to zoom out. Next level is about $21. Yeah, if $27 breaks, $21 is in the cards. It's going to take some time. You know, there's going to be ebbs and flows, but that's my next target. Okay? Once again, if you guys like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. Show some support in a bear market. It's very hard to build a channel in a bear market. And turn on those bell notifications so you get notified with this time-sensitive content. A lot of times I put these videos out and the move happens just like that. Like I said, on this channel and in the Discord, we stay ahead of the curve. We have a very high hit rate. Everyone have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and I will see you tomorrow.